One. Hi, afternoon, James. So lovely that you can join us. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, absolute pleasure. Now, we're here to talk about the Dilly, and the rest of us will know it as the Méridien in Piccadilly. But I want to talk about you a bit first, if you don't mind. A bit about your background and where you come from and why the Dilly.
Yeah, sure. So I'm a Londoner through and through. I grew up in Southwest London and went to school there, and very fond of this wonderful city that we live in. I've been in hotels now for just over 15 years. Originally, I qualified as an accountant, and then went into hotel finance for about 10 years before jumping across to sort of the operational side of the business with Starwood Hotels, which then went into Marriott, and now with the Dilly.
Fabulous. Now I know the Dilly is an independent hotel, so that makes it exciting as well. It's also been around since 1908, so my goodness, I can only imagine the things that it's seen, especially in the location where it is. And you're doing some exciting renovations to it and renewing. So what exciting things can we expect from the Dilly, and what do you think makes it different?
Yeah, sure. Look, as you say, I mean, it's this. First and foremost, it is this stunning building. Could not wish for a better location in London, flanking, Piccadilly and Regent Street. It's this beautiful building. As you say, it was built in 1908. When it was first built, the building next to us wasn't there, so it actually went on to Piccadilly Circus. It fronted onto Piccadilly Circus, and in those days it was called Regent Circus. So it was just the best location in London. With the Dilly, we're doing some fantastic things. We've just refurbished our lobby, so given a really nice new welcome experience into the hotel. So something different for some of our regular guests from the Méridien days can now will really notice the difference if they come back to the hotel. In terms of other things we've done as well, we're looking at how to reinvent some of our event space with the current sort of restrictions in place as to capacity. We have a stunning room called the Oak Room, and it was what can we do with that room to give it some life, and then again enhance that welcome experience and arrival experience at the hotel. So we've actually partnered up with Madhu's Indian restaurant with a gentleman by the name of Sanjay Anand, who runs that company. So we're going to have a pop-up restaurant in the Oak Room. The Oak Room used to be a Michelin-starred restaurant back in the early 90s under Marco Pierre White's leadership. And it's a stunning restaurant. It was the Louis XIV restaurant when the hotel first opened. And it's a beautiful chandeliers and a really stunning room. So we're really proud to be working with Madhu's on that. And I think that's just going to give a fantastic buzz to the sort of lobby area when you walk in. It's on the ground floor next to our reception area. So those are some of the things we're doing. And we're also looking at refurbishing some of the bedrooms as well to give it a nice new feel. So some of the rooms that overlook London on our 7th floor will be refurbished. With some stunning views over London.
Sounds exceptional. I know, I mean, this time has created a lot of change and a lot of thinking in the hotel world. We were getting there, but I suppose the pandemic just nudged us, willing or unwilling, into the future. A lot of hotels have, like you say, looked at their spaces differently. They've looked at technology. They're looking at sustainability. What are you focusing on? Have you embraced the technology, mobile app ordering side of things? Have you embraced the enabling spaces for co-working? What can we expect?
Yeah, I think as you mentioned, we're looking at all the technology aspects as well. And the Dilly is now, I think we're just about a week old now, so it's still sort of work in progress.
Congrats.
One of the nice things, I guess, about this current period is we're able to take a bit of time just to launch the hotel properly and put in some nice initiatives. So as you say, a lot of QR codes around the place that previously we wouldn't have been using so much in terms of reducing the touch points in the hotel, and that sort of mobile check-in and experience as well. We've put in place. So there's certainly some new initiatives on the technology front, and more to come down the line once we reopen the doors.
Now the Dilly is definitely, I suppose, you'd say a fun, more playful version of a very Le Méridien Piccadilly. You know, so how are you putting the fun and the experience? Because obviously the traveler and the guest experience is all, it's everything. So how is the Dilly embracing that?
Yeah, so I think one of the other things we'll do is we're going to look at our bar and make that a Dilly members bar. So attracting, you know, for the guests, but also for people to sign up for, you know, to be a Dilly member, which would be quite a nice thing. And then we'll potentially have sort of entertainment in that bar and a really fantastic sort of cocktail bar before you go out to enjoy the rest of the West End. You know, we're very conscious our location, as I said, is absolutely fantastic. But we want our guests to go out and experience London, and it couldn't be a better place for them to do that. Some of the other things we're doing is London suppliers.
Apologies.
No worries. So, you know, when you go into the rooms, we'll have new amenities. We're partnering up with a lovely perfumier, very local to us, where, as you rightly say, the experience is important for us. So if you want to go and treat your loved one to actually making up their own perfume, then we can arrange that for you, and you can go across to the perfume shop and they'll sit with you for a couple of hours to come up with your own scent, which we think is a, you know, fantastic local story. You know, that perfumier has been in play for 290 years. Wow. So, you know, embracing the sort of history of the area and partnering up with some of these guys, which is, you know, really fantastic for us.
Absolutely, and that ties in brilliant, because what sits very close in our thinking and in our hearts is that hotels are the center of communities. We're always saying that the traditional community was made up of the doctor, the lawyer, the accountant. I was a lawyer, you were an accountant, thank goodness we no longer. But that those traditional pillars in society, they aren't there anymore, except for the general manager, except for the hotel. They are still such a great and important part of communities, and they can bring communities together, but they can also support so many behind them. So it's wonderful to hear that you guys are actively embracing that.
Yeah, and I think one the other initiatives we're going to put in place is we're going to have weekly tours of, you know, a local theatre, or perhaps so Jermyn Street runs parallel to Piccadilly, which has just got some lovely sort of shops and you know, outfitters there. So in terms of going and seeing how shoes are crafted from scratch, the perfume shop, you know, and there's a fantastic tour that we're going to put in place, and other things as well along those lines. So as you rightly say, it's all about the experience and making sure that when you stay with us, you really get a great feel of London.
Absolutely. It's wonderful too to hear that by creating a members club, you're also looking at your not just arriving on an airplane community, you're also looking at Londoners, because we also want some way to
exactly.
No, that's great to hear. And I suppose it goes on then, you know, with hotels being the center of communities, they also support local farmers, producers. How are you embracing sort of that side of your F&B and your offer?
Yeah, I think, you know, that is still work in progress, but we're looking to partner up with, you know, the sort of niche producers. So again, we're looking at a great cheese supplier, which is again just across the road from us. It's a phenomenal shop and has a lovely London history as well. So we're going to offer their products with us. And as you rightly say, trying to make sure that you know, that the suppliers we use are local to London, and you know, proud to be affiliated with this wonderful city.
And it's all about the story. It's all about the story. And that is, you seem to be ticking that box all round. You've got so many amazing stories to tell in addition to your own.
Yeah, and I think, you know, as I say, going back to Madhu's, it's a lovely story for them. It's their 40th year. So Sanjay started up in Southall 40 years ago, and, you know, has gone from strength to strength. He's catered for, you know, House of Parliament and Windsor Castle. So, you know, extremely well-respected operator.
Absolutely. And lovely to tie those two stories together.
Yeah, it is. I think it's, you know, it's been a fairly tricky year, as you've mentioned, and to come out with some nice positive sort of hospitality stories is, you know, going against the trend at the moment.
Well, absolutely agreed. There is some slight pain and suffering out there, you may have noticed.
There is indeed.
Which makes your story, like you say, so wonderful to hear, to have a bit of positivity and us to focus on something that is really, yeah, positive for a change. I'm all in. I wondered also, you know, about us looking at the future, looking at travel industry, looking at 2021. There's a lot of mixed views out there. There's a lot of, there is hope, but there's also a lot of realism. And unfortunately, we are unfortunate to have some conversations around a lot of hotels having to make serious decisions about their futures. And there's still a lot of travelers out there who are still scared to travel. And I just wondered, I know we're celebrating the vaccine, very much so. And I just wondered your thoughts on the future of travel and the hotel industry. What do you think we can expect in 2021 and beyond?
Well, I think it's a good question, and I think everyone's got a different view. I think London will always be an attractive city to come and visit and to work in. And I think once we get through this, the next few months, as you rightly say, hopefully the vaccine gets rolled out successfully and quickly and has the desired effect, that restores confidence in travel in general. I think we'll see UK sort of, travel recover obviously fastest, and that's the sort of guest demographic we'll probably see back in the hotel first, maybe then the UK corporates, and then as and when, international travel gets relaxed and then starts again, we look forward to welcoming that back. But I think you're quite right. It's going to take a few months for that to sort of take shape. And I think next year is going to be a transitional year, and, working through the sort of the new norm and getting back to some semblance of, pre-COVID normality.
Yeah, it's been fascinating to see how the industry has changed. I mean, with large main cities like London really struggling from an occupancy perspective, but the staycation market has boomed. There's some I live in the middle of nowhere. The hotels out here are absolutely at capacity.
No,
Seems pretty unfair.
Well, as you say, the provincial hotels have done very well, and as you rightly say, I went to Norfolk for my holidays, and it was tough to get a restaurant booking while you were there. It's so busy,
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to that, heading down, like you say, to London, where there are so many great experiences.
Well, exactly. I think, confidence will return. The theatres will reopen. Slowly that's starting for the sort of a brief Christmas run, and then again, when the confidence returns, it'll be great to see sort of live gigs and the West End come back to life, and I think when that starts happening, we will naturally benefit from that influx of tourism.
Absolutely. And as a leader, a personal question, as a leader, I know this has been really, really difficult for a lot of leaders. It's been great for a lot of our industry to see our leaders vulnerable and not have all the answers. And it's been really good for our industry to come together in ways that it hasn't ever before to achieve a common good and to for the betterment of the industry, to do well. And I just wondered, from your perspective as a leader taking on this whole new business, I mean, no pressure at all, it's very, very exciting. But how on earth are you feeling? Has the pandemic changed the way you lead, the way you look at yourself, your staff, the future? What are your thoughts on that?
I think, what's been fantastic is actually having this Dilly project running, because it's given the team something really positive to focus on. It's been really exciting, that transition away from the Méridien and now, opening the Dilly is fantastic. And we look forward to opening the doors as soon as we can. And then as soon as it sort of, makes sense and we're ready to do so. I think, like I say, from team morale, it's been great, because that's been such a positive story, and getting everyone involved in that, telling of the story and, getting the place ready has been a lovely sort of thing from my side. And again, it's been great to see my team come together and perform brilliantly, as they always have. I'm very, very proud of them. And I think, it's been a very tough year, as you allude to. Is bright under the Dilly, and I know that my team are, really looking forward to, being part of that and for the long term as well.
Absolutely. And we're really looking forward to heading in your direction as soon.
Yeah, good.
Do you have any inkling of when it is that you're looking to open, or is it very much a work in progress?
Well, it's a work in progress. I think, we've got to be mindful of the sort of government guidelines and, the latest tiers and how that's going to affect our decisions. But currently we're looking at an early 2021 opening, bookable from the 1st of February at the moment on some of on the channels. So, that's probably a provisional date we're looking at, but subject to the latest announcements.
Well, we all are, absolutely. I think every time we switch the news on, we hold our breath. But,
exactly.
It's so fantastic to have a positive story, and it's so lovely that one of the real icons in Piccadilly is getting a breath of fresh air. Wow, I can't even say it. That's how good it is. So that's really good to hear, and I'm absolutely thrilled for you and thrilled for your staff. It's great to have.
Well, that's very kind. I mean, we've got this, as I say, we've got this beautiful hotel, and it feels a bit like it's a hidden gem. The number of people who've said to me, you can walk past the front door without realizing it's this stunning hotel, and let alone what we have inside is, it's too many. And so our job is to very much unhide it and be really proud of the Dilly. And we've got this phenomenal health club downstairs with one of the largest swimming pools in London that no one really knows about. 2 squash courts that you can come and pay and play, which again you don't have to be a sort of member of a club to do, and a stunning room called the Discovery Room, which is our dance studio. So if you want to come and learn ballroom dancing and everything else, it's all under one roof. And I'm very proud of this hotel, and I think the future under the Dilly is absolutely fantastic.
Gosh, and like you say, it's so many hidden gems that I did not know about either. So definitely heading in your direction, and really, really looking forward to seeing it just go from strength to strength, and wish you and the team absolutely everything of the best.
Well, that's very kind indeed. Lovely to see you, and please do come visit us. All right.
Absolutely, so lovely to see you too, and you'll see us soon. I promise you of that.
Great.
Keep well. Sending regards to you.
Thank you very much. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.